Hi, I'm Milla, and this is the season, the time of year where we finally talk about the games of the year. At least, well, what I've played in 2022. So yes, hello, this is another Milla's Game Room video. Hi, I'm Milla. Usual like, comment, subscribe, algorithm stuff goes here, notification bell, etc. and so on and so forth. You know what they are by now. Anyway, so like I said earlier, this is my 2022 what I've been playing video in terms of like my favourite games and all that stuff. I've played a lot of older stuff this year as well as 2022, and this is going to have, well, some games at the start, mostly physical, that I've played this year. Spoiler alert, they're all on one platform. And literally I've just paused the camera so I could pick up the last game, which I forgot to get out because everything is not all on one platform because I lied. Anyway, so I'm going to start with that modern stack and then the retro stack of games released like in previous years that I really liked. I've talked about all of them at some point this year, whether it's on the podcast or on my channel. Hint, hint, please subscribe. You can enjoy the podcast and the other things. So, you know. So I'm going to get started with the new stack. And this has 5 games and 1 digital game, which obviously I've done a physical copy of a digital game. So, first game is the most anticipated release I played this year. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Is anyone surprised? This is definitely on my pile because, oh, this game was so fucking amazing. To start, I did a whole 30-minute Ramble video on it. In hindsight, I should have done gameplay for it, but, well, it's out there, go watch it. I love this game, incredible world building. I loved exploring it, loved the combat. Music is fantastic. I cannot wait for the physical OST release that will eventually come out in Japan, because they're trying to, as far as I'm aware, record all that. Soundtrack nominee for the Game Awards as well. I feel it should have won that, and Best RPG as well, but you know, a lot of people loved Elden Ring. I've not played Elden Ring, but this is closest to the Game of the Year that I've played from Elden Ring. This release is essential if you're into RPGs. Even if you've never played a Xenoblade game before, this is a game I'd recommend as a starting point. Amazing characters. Oh god, I feel so much praise for it, and I think if I had to pick one in terms of official releases, this would be my game of the year. It's just that good. Number 2 is one that came out in the last couple of months, which is, I think, going to be one of the biggest hidden gems from this year, because it came from the same publisher releasing like almost 40 games, and there's a little spoiler there. Harvestella from Square Enix. This is a farming sim crossed with RPG, although it's more RPG than farming sim. It's really unique. I really love the world. I thought it was a great balance of world building and just this depth of having the farming gameplay with this RPG. And unlike a lot of RPG hybrids with other genres, this one is like mostly RPG, especially in comparison to farming sims, where if it's a hybrid, it's either almost all farming sim or almost all RPG, which in the case of this one, it's kind of like 70 to 30, which I really appreciate because especially once you get further in the game, you can get tools and it speeds it all up and it's just great. And also, biggest reason this one's on the list, aside from all that, is the fact that it's the first Square Enix game to feature a non-binary gender option, so trans folks can get. And my third game is another really recent release this year, but it's also like this genre. I've played quite a few this year, but only one 2022 release, and that is Love and Pretend. This game is, well, otome romantic comedy. This is another like feel-good game, otome game with really like cute guys and an interesting setting in the film industry. It's also a really nice palette cleanser between a lot of the more heavier releases that I've played, and also because it's quite short as well, which is really nice, especially compared to Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So, you know, yeah, if you're into visual novels, but especially otome games, I recommend this one. It's also quite cozy. The fourth game on my list I want to talk about was a game that, when it came out, I only played for like a few hours, but was kind of disappointed initially. But then it got a recent update, and you probably know what this is if you have any idea about first-party releases from the Nintendo Switch. And that is Nintendo Switch Sports. The golf mode in this is really fun. It's a nice little throwback to the days of the Wii and the Touch Generation series. I do still think like Wii Sports etc. is better, but This is fun too, and the fact it's got online multiplayer and all these other features is really cool. And now you can find it for a bit cheaper than when it first came out at launch, so I recommend looking for it at a cheaper price than what it launched for, but it's still pretty fun, and it's nice to have something casual. The next title, and the last physical game, is, well, the cute cat game. Did you know Stray is cute? Because I knew he was cute. And then I played this game and it's like, oh my god, Stray's even cuter. It's just like, you go in this little like cyberpunk town and then you just like have all these gamified cat mechanics and a really charming story and just all these other things and really like awesome NPCs. And that was just so cool, and I really like this. It definitely deserves the praise it gets, and now it's physically, so you can now have a copy on your shelf and be graced with this beautiful cover. So yeah, Stray, recommend this one as well. Now our last one for 2022 releases is a game that's digital only, and one you probably already saw coming, and the reason why it's not like a candidate for my game of the year is because it's a fan translation, and technically it came out originally very last like week or so of 2021, so it technically is a last year release, but there's no way you can play for a 50+ hour VN in just a few days or a week or however long it was. But of course it's the usual, the eternally amazing White Album 2. I've talked about this one already. One of the first like videos I made showing my face, so gonna watch that. Actually don't, because I want to remake it, but I'll link it anyway. Just beautiful characters, amazing story, genuinely most impactful piece of media I've ever like read in my life, and that's saying a lot, especially the huge like RPGs fan and really driven by stories. And I also hope it gets an official release. I believe it will eventually, because ACK Plus, I mean, they've just announced Comiket 101 and there's these massive like 20,000 yen like illustrations of characters they're doing, so they're still making stuff for it, so I think it will get localized eventually. It's a fan translation. The mini after stories also got translated like last month, so I played through them again and it brought the feels back, and just amazing experience. So I will make a proper video on it again in the future, which is a bit more refined and a bit more scripted and less awkward, but you know, undying love for White Album 2, it will never cease. Now onto the stack of older games, the games I played that came out in previous years, including one that technically came out towards the end of last year as well, but that game was like, came out in November, so it was possible to actually finish it in 2021, so unlike White Album 2. But I'm going to start with the other stuff first. Summer Night Twin Age, yeah, I played this early this year. It appeared in my RPG Hidden Gems video, the very first one, back before I trimmed my hair. One of the first videos on my face, if not the very first one, I think, or one of them. It's something like that. This game is, well, very unique, like touchscreen based RPG. Probably the only time I'll play a Summer Night game because of the sparse localization history of these games, but it's a really good little taster. Characters are sweet, the music's great, it's very simple but it works. The touchscreen gameplay is also a lot of fun, understandable for a DS game released in like 2008, so it's a nice little throwback to those days, and I do recommend this one. Watch more videos to see more info about it, but I do recommend emulating it because it's expensive. Project Crosszone 2, another Monolith game. It's great as well. I also recommend this one. Amazing characters, amazing like gameplay. It's basically the most accessible and easy to play in the series yet of these like Monolith soft crossover SRPGs. I really hope we get another one soon. I'm guessing like now Xenoblade 3 is done, Monolith might be able to do something else like that's not Xeno related, but or Zelda related, because Monolith do a lot of Nintendo stuff. But if they're still working with Bandai Namco, it would be nice for another Crosszone game, or even a remaster of Xenosaga or something like that, just something good and worthwhile, just like this game. And bonus, it includes characters from Xenoblade Chronicles and Fire Emblem Awakening, which are two of the best RPGs on the 3DS. So yeah, I love this one, check it out. Also expensive, but you know, welcome to 3DS collecting in 2022. And as I was scrolling down, I was just picking up the last game that I'm going to talk about in terms of newish releases, because the last one's quite old. And technically it's only half a game, but I don't care. This one is Cupid Parasite. This is another one of the Otome games I played, and it's probably my favourite to date, actually. I love the characters. It's hilarious. It's such colourful art, such a vibrant art, and the music's fantastic. I've got the soundtrack on the shelf up there. It's fantastic. And the characters, I just love it so much, and it's very heartwarming, and in many ways it's even better than Love and Pretend, but it's even more of a wholesome, light-hearted, and really intimate setting as well. It's hard not to love this game, and if you're looking for something light-hearted, I recommend this even more than Love and Pretend, but you can't go wrong with either. And this is also Idea Factory International's first Otome game since Hakuoki remake, so quite a big release in that respect too. And here's to getting Sweet and Spicy Darling in English at some point, because yep, that game is on my hype list too. Also forgot to mention I did a video on this game as well. Any videos that I have done that reference to games today will be in the description below. And now the last physical game, because I have another digital game as well. Yep, this is going on quite some time. This is actually a double pack, but I've only played the third game. Well, that's a spoiler there. But I've only played this the second game in the pack, which is the third game in the series, and is also one of the best ones. And the best one of the series I've played, even though I've only played 2. And that's Groundlands 3 The Dual Darkness, which is the second game in the Groundlands Generations pack. This was the last localization by Original Working Designs, and it's for an Atlas SRPG. Made by the same creators as Langrisser, which if you're into obscure RPGs, you might know who Careersoft and Langrisser are, but if you're not, don't worry, you don't need to know about it. It's standalone. Groundlands 3 is the prequel to the whole series in terms of 1, 2, and 3 are connected, but this one's takes place chronologically before them, and it's just, you can just jump in. It's a lot of fun. Characters are great. The English dub's actually pretty good for the most part, and gameplay's really unique, action, turn-based with some RTS. It's kind of similar to the Deerfield Chronicle, which came out this year. If you want a bit of a comparison from what I've seen, yeah, I do recommend this one, and it's a lot of fun. So I want to play Groundlands 2, which I hear is not as good, but who knows, maybe next year I'll have this exact game on show again, because I might have played Groundlands 2 by then and struggle with its difficulty spikes. And finally the last one, which is probably my favourite, or one of my favourite VNs I've read this year and to date, especially because of its genre, and also because it's on PC. I've been playing a lot of PC VNs if people haven't been following, and this one I played was amazing. It's Dramatical Murder. It's the most popular BL game from Nitro Plus, and Nitro Plus have a lot of PC releases under their belt, and I want to play through as many of them as I can, because a lot of them look right up my street, and this one was great. I loved its neon setting, the cyberpunk aesthetic, and the characters were great as well. Music as well. I want the soundtrack, but can't get a physical copy of it now, which is shit. But it was just great, and I want to play the rest of the Nitro Plus Chiral games at some point. So fingers crossed that can happen, and maybe one day we'll get Recode in English. So that's going to be cool. And yeah, that's going to probably do it now for the games this year. It's been a really good year, actually. I hope I can play more of the games I missed. At the time of this, I haven't played Room Factory 5, and I've been really excited for Room Factory 5. I just never got it, and I never played it. But I played Harvestella, which was really good as well, so that's more than made up for it. There's a few others as well, like Kirby Forgotten Land, Elden Ring, when it finally gets a proper easy mode. Yes, I need an easy mode, because I've got cognitive stuff, and executive function, and disability stuff, which I will probably go into another time, but that's why. I don't care what people say. And just, other things like God of War Ragnarok as well. I have not played that. Maybe some more indies and stuff I missed, but I don't know. I'll just play it by ear. But next year, I'm hoping I can play more 2023 releases, closer when they come out, as well as during the year in general. So I'm hoping to do that. But fingers crossed. And have a lovely day. Please like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, algorithm stuff. It's really helped the channel out. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, week, holiday season, whatever you celebrate. I'm a Christmassy gal, hence the tree. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.